Hey guys, thank you for coming to watch this video today. I am super excited to kind of show you this process video. This is just a process video, just kind of showing you how I'm going to be putting my planner back together starting from scratch. So if you're ever feeling like you're in a planner slump, or you're just feeling like you don't know why you're not using your planner to its fullest potential, maybe you've used your planner a certain way in the past and it has worked for you and you don't find yourself using it like that at the moment, then I suggest really starting from scratch. Now, what does that mean? That means maybe you change your planner size, maybe you change your planner altogether, maybe you print out new inserts and reorganize the sections of your planner. Whatever it means for you, I suggest doing that. So what I'm gonna do is just a little process video and just show you kind of me putting my planner together. And me just putting my planner together is just going to be kind of giving you some inspiration as to what it looks like to start from scratch. So really quickly, I love the way the planner sits flat right now, and it doesn't usually sit flat like this all the time when I have a lot of stuff in it. So, take it or leave it. If you like your planner to be nice and chunky, then you'll do it that way. But I'm gonna try to keep my planner so that it can sit flat, because I do like it like that. But we'll see. I do have a lot of inserts right here that I'm going to put in. So basically, I just have the meat and potatoes in here right now. And I realized I never did a planner setup of my last planner, but I kind of wasn't fully in a system where I felt comfortable sharing it because I wasn't comfortable with it. And that's totally fine. I think that you can be uncomfortable with your planner setup. And I didn't want to share something that just wasn't necessarily working for me at the time. So yeah, there's that. But I just basically have the dividers in here that I want to use. And I have a couple things in here that I have already been working on. So I have like the monthly and things like that. So I'm going to get right to that. First of all, I have a bunch of stuff that was already kind of cut down for me and punched in my planner. And then I have a bunch of new inserts that I want to put in my planner. And I'm going to show it to you kind of before I actually start planning in it and before all of the stuff goes into it. So it's kind of like a before the pen situation. And then we can kind of see how it transforms into, what I am going to make it look like after I'm planning in it. So the main goal is to just get everything in here so that I can start planning. So I have to organize all of these papers first and decide kind of where I want everything to go. I have an insert here that's a freebie on my website, and if you go to my website, you'll be able to download this in whatever size you need, but it's basically how to reorganize or set up your planner. You're going to list all the things you want to plan for. You are going to organize everything into categories and decide how many sections you want and things like that. This is just there to help you kind of get back where you need to be with your planner. So let's go ahead and start organizing. I know what I want everything to look like. I know the sections that I use in my planner already, so I'm just going to get to work and we'll come back and do a quick flip through of everything when I'm done. I just kind of want to show you everything that I have in here. If you see me skipping around, it's because I do have a couple of new releases in here that I don't necessarily want to show as of yet. I want to show when they're ready and also when I know that they've been working for me, which is very soon. You know, everything's going to be blank. It's before the pen, and then I will of course show you a setup when I'm done. But in here, I just have some of these pocket cards for self-care, and most of these things are going to be from my printable shop. So if they're not from my printable shop, I will let you know. But if not, you can pretty much assume that most of them are. So these are of course from my printable shop. And then I have this guy, which I need to set up. This little guy was a freebie that I sent as a July monthly goals and task card. And then I have some Simply Gilded sticky notes right there. So right here I have a little ollie clip, and this next part that's right here is going to be a new release, so I'm going to skip over that. But basically on this side right here, I just have a little brain dump sticky note that I can use whenever it is that I want to just do a quick little brain dump. I can do it right there. And this is a sticky note printable as well from my shop. I just have some regular sticky notes right here so that I can just jot down any notes that need to be jotted down. Now this is the note section, and I always like having my note sections at the front. Right, so first of all, I already came out with the note-taking tips, which is just basically some tips on how to take notes more effectively. This is the system that I use, and I just wanted to share in case any of you wanted to up your note-taking game. And then I have these notes right here. So I was originally going to list these with the note-taking tips, but I needed to kind of tweak a couple of the note pages. So these pages, and that'll be in the full bundle with this little guy, or it'll be the notes by itself, and it comes in 11 sizes as always. So let me show you. So I have some lined pages, and I did print out a lot of each of them. And so I have these half and half lined pages. And I forgot to mention that my planner right here is a pocket, but I take A6 planner inserts and I shrink them down to 86%, and then I'm able to have more room. So that's why you're going to see my pages more similar to a Pocket Plus insert size. So I have that. And then these are some blank pages right here, as you can see, with a little washi strip down the side. And then some lined pages. And then I have some little dot, half and half pages. Let's see, I printed out a lot. Some more lined. And then a full kind of dot page here. Let's see what else. I guess they're all mixed up and I didn't realize that. Some more lined pages. Some more dot pages, and I believe those are all the variations. There's about 3 or 4 variations within the bundle. So some half and half pages and some lined and dot pages and blank pages. So the next thing I have here is my calendar section, and as you can see right here, these are the index title pages. These actually have the ability to be typed into, so you can type into the side right here if you want to, and you can type in the index as well, or you can just write them. I prefer to write it out because it's always changing. So, well, not always changing, but it can be changing often. Calendar section right here, so I have a really nice idea as to what I have going on in here. And then I have the year at a glance. To be honest, this is usually filled out a lot more in depth, and I used to use a different insert for this, and I may grab that, but this is what I have so far. And then I've just been marking off the months that have passed. I need to know, hasn't been much going on, so that's how that has been. And I have the full kind of, I think I have all the way up until November in here. And I'm missing one part of December, so that's great. Okay, so right here, wrong. I basically cut that or punched that on the wrong side. So these title pages are actually meant to be blank. So there's no index page right here, index section right here, and you just have like the title page back here, or the title section right here, and this page is all wrinkled for some reason. I think it was like wrinkled up on the floor, but anyways, I just grabbed it to kind of show you. So inside of a section, so what that was meant for was if you didn't want the index, you can just do the title. So since I have kind of the full index right here, this is just kind of separating into my weekly section. And, oh, this is actually kind of separating into my to-do list section. So I have this sticky note here, which is my printable sticky note as well. And then I have the tips for creating a successful to-do list here. And then I can do my to-do list for prioritizing, as well as my monthly and my weekly. So I just kind of have that section there. And then I have another title page for my weekly section. And in here, I have another to-do list just in case I need it, as well as goals and actions. I worked on some week on 2-page inserts for the new release, so I'm not going to show that as of yet, but that's what that is. And then I also worked on a day on 1 page as well, so I'm not going to show that as of yet either. So I worked on a day on 1 page and I worked on a day on 2 pages. So that is going to be coming really soon. I'm just kind of testing them out and making sure that everything goes well. Okay, so right here, I just have a little Hamilton quote from See Amy Draw. And then I have the quick planner check-in pocket card in the back right here. So now this section should actually say lists, but since I didn't want to redo my dividers right now and put a new thing, all of my lists, right? So in here, I will write down my title, and which is just lists, and then I'll write down each section that I have in here. So things like health and home and things like that, trackers, whatever it might be. So right here, I just have the list to make with some list pages. And then I have my Enneagram 6 little printable right here and a little bit about Enneagram 6s. I did this twice. Look what I did. So I have to fix that. I don't know why I keep doing that, but I need to fix that. That's where the title should go, but it should be here. And then I have my mood tracker. So this would be my health section. Okay, so I have my mood tracker, I have my sleep tracker, all a part of my sticky note printables. And I just kind of put like these little like acetate paper so that I can keep them right here. So sleep tracker, fitness tracker, water tracker, energy levels. Then you get into the self-care bundle, which I'm currently tracking now. And I have my anxiety tracker here and self-care checklist. I printed out a few extra of these, as well as I have the self-care routine, self-care check-ins, a few of them here. And then you get to, I printed out an index section for this because this is the tracker section. And so this is also going to be in a release, and I don't want to show you that yet, but I'm pretty excited for this, so I will share soon. I just have like a little timed tracker right here for sticky notes. And then let me get through this section. I have more new releases here, testing those out. And then over here, I just have some tips for a productive morning routine, as well as tips for a productive evening routine. And this one was double-sided, this one wasn't for some reason. And then I have my ideal evening routine, my ideal morning routine. So I can just keep that on hand. Then I just have some pictures here of family. And then I get to the next section, which is related to more of like a productivity section. So like planning and things like that. And I'll go ahead and fill that out as well. So I have a trigger list right here, and I thought that I had a brain dump, but I guess I don't. We're back in business. So I have here a brain dump and then a trigger list. So I have just like my productivity section. So I have a brain dump sticky note printable. I have the trigger list, which is going to help me to do the brain dump, and that's double-sided. Another brain dump. The only thing I'm missing from this bundle is the brain dump organization printable. So I'm going to need to get that printed and in here. Then I have a daily planning routine for a productive day, time management tips, double-sided, as well as this is a time management kind of, I'm missing time blocker. I'm like totally losing my mind right now, and it's 11:08, so that's probably why. Then I have a weekly planning checklist here. This is a printable I was talking about earlier. And then I have the Black Lives Matter informational printable right here. And then that's the end of that. So then it gets into Everly's section, and I have a little drawing from her. She always says, "This says I love you." It's the cutest thing ever. So in her section, I'll write down the index. I don't have too much in here for her right now because I want to create some printables for her specifically. And so that will happen soon. But I basically have a sleep tracker because I like to kind of see how much she's sleeping. And then I also have this breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks, just in case I want to plan out her meals ahead of time. I also was keeping track of all of these things, which I look forward to keeping track again. I just did not have the right printable. Like, I'm trying to create something that works for my needs. I have the positive reinforcement plan in here, and then some activities that she loves to do. So back here is the bills section, and right here I have another index, and I was using this, you can kind of see, like as a tracker to kind of keep track of when things were coming out of the account, but I just didn't continue with that. I took a lot of the financial stuff out of here so I can start kind of fresh. So like my spending tracker was in here. This is a finance overview. I have some other things in here. And then this is just the back. So it's just a little pocket that I made, and then some stickers. And back here I have another self-care pocket card. So yeah, that is basically everything that I have in here right now and what I am starting with. I am excited to start planning with this, and not to say that I wasn't planning with it before, but it just wasn't working for me. And so I definitely recommend, if something's not working for you, to just really start from scratch and keep in here what is going to work for you. Nothing is going to be perfect, but it's better to kind of have a system that works for you and make sure that yeah, that it's helping you. That's really what matters, right? So I hope that you liked this kind of before the pen look at my planner. This is definitely going to look a lot different once I start getting my hands in it and start planning all the things in it the way that I feel is going to work better for me. So we'll definitely be doing an update very soon. But I really appreciate you guys watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.